Have you ever wondered why two people can love each other so much and still end up becoming strangers? Why do two people who once couldn't imagine spending a single day apart eventually struggle to spend 10 minutes in the same room? Why do people who once said, "I will never hurt you," sometimes become the very people who hurt each other the most? Everybody talks about disrespect. Everybody talks about communication. But there are certain relationship mistakes that don't make noise. They don't necessarily cause one big argument. They don't always lead to a breakup immediately. They happen quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, until one day you wake up beside someone you love and realize you don't know them anymore. Today, we're talking about the biggest relationship mistakes nobody talks about, and I want you to listen carefully. Because some of these mistakes you may be making, some may have been made against you, and some you may not even realize you've been carrying from one relationship into another. Welcome back to the Relationship Room by Cine Josh. My name is Josh, and today we're going somewhere uncomfortable, because sometimes the truth that saves a relationship is the same truth that hurts the most to hear. So let's start with mistake number one, which is loving the potential instead of the person. Falling in love with someone's potential. You meet someone, they're kind, they're attractive, they're ambitious, they have dreams, and you begin imagining who they could become. You don't necessarily love who they are today. You love who you believe they will become tomorrow. You say, "He'll change, she'll mature. Once he gets a better job, things will be different. Once we get married, she'll stop doing that. Once we have children, he'll become responsible." But here's the painful truth. You cannot build a healthy relationship with a person you are constantly trying to redesign. People can grow, people can change, but they have to want that change themselves. You shouldn't enter a relationship thinking, "Let me manage this person until they become the person I want." That's not love, that's renovation. And you are not someone's construction project manager. Love the person. But don't ignore the person they currently are because you're hoping they'll become someone else. Because sometimes the person you're waiting for never arrives. And then you realize you spent 5 years loving a future that never existed. Now let's move to mistake number two. And this says confusing chemistry with compatibility. This one is dangerous because chemistry feels powerful. The butterflies, the late night conversations, the physical attraction, the constant texting, the excitement when their name appears on your phone. You think, "This must be my person." But chemistry answers one question: do I feel something? Compatibility asks, can we actually build something? And those are two completely different questions. You can have incredible chemistry with someone you cannot build a peaceful life with. You can have passion but completely different values. You can love each other but disagree about money, children, family boundaries, faith, career, lifestyle, communication, and even how you define commitment. Sometimes two people aren't toxic, they simply aren't compatible. And that's painful because sometimes there isn't a villain. Nobody cheated, nobody abused anybody, nobody necessarily did something terrible. You just discovered that love alone isn't always enough. And that's one of the hardest truths about relationships. So without wasting much time, let's move to mistake number three. Stopping the courtship after you get the person. This is something nobody talks about enough. People often put their best foot forward during dating. You call, you check in, you plan dates, you dress nicely, you listen, you pay attention, you surprise them. Then you become official, then you get comfortable, then you stop trying. The flowers disappear. The thoughtful messages disappear. The dates become, "What are we eating? Have you sent the money? Where are you? I'm tired." And eventually, the relationship starts feeling like an administrative meeting. You stop dating your partner because you thought you had already won them. But here's the thing, a relationship is not something you win. It is something you continue to build. Marriage doesn't mean the romance is complete. Commitment doesn't mean effort is no longer necessary. Your partner still wants to feel chosen, not just once, repeatedly, every day. Mistake number 4 on my list is expecting your partner to read your mind. This is incredibly common. You're angry, they ask, "What's wrong?" You say, "Nothing." But you know there is something. They ask again, "Are you sure?" "I'm fine." Meanwhile, you're hoping they somehow decode the silence. You want them to notice your tone, notice your face, notice that you stop texting the way you normally do. And when they don't, you become even more upset. But here's the problem. Your partner is your partner, not a mind reader. Sometimes you have to say, "That thing you said yesterday hurt me." Not "you should know what you did." Sometimes you have to say, "I need reassurance." Not, "If you really loved me, you'd know." Communication isn't about making someone guess correctly. Communication is giving someone enough truth to understand you. I hope I am making sense to you. Now let's talk about mistake number 5, which is using silence as punishment. There's a difference between taking space and giving someone the silent treatment. Taking space sounds like, "I'm angry right now. I don't want to say something hurtful. Give me some time and let's talk later." That's emotional maturity. Silent treatment is different. You deliberately withdraw affection. You ignore messages. You refuse to communicate. You make the person suffer because you want them to feel your anger. And sometimes you don't even realize how damaging it is. Because when someone constantly experiences emotional withdrawal from the person they love, they start walking on eggshells. They become afraid to speak, afraid to make mistakes, afraid to disagree. And eventually, they stop feeling emotionally safe. A relationship should be a place where you can have conflict without feeling like love itself is being withdrawn as punishment. Number 6 mistake on the list says apologizing without changing. This one is painful. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. It won't happen again." Beautiful words. But if the same behavior keeps happening, the apology eventually loses meaning. An apology without accountability becomes a reset button. You hurt someone, you apologize, everything goes back to normal. Then you do it again and again. Eventually, your partner stops hearing, "I'm sorry." They start hearing, "Here we go again." Real apologies require something more than words. They require reflection. Why did I do this? What triggered me? What do I need to change? Because love isn't just saying, "I'm sorry I hurt you." Sometimes love is saying, "I don't want to become the kind of person who keeps hurting you." Now, the last mistake on the list is comparing your relationship to other people's relationships. Social media has made this worse. You see couples traveling, couples buying houses, couples surprising each other, couples posting anniversaries, "My king, my queen, forever and always." And you look at your relationship and suddenly yours feels inadequate. But remember, you are comparing your behind the scenes to somebody else's highlight reel. You don't know what happens when the camera goes off. You don't know the conversations they have at midnight. You don't know their financial struggles. You don't know their private pain. Stop measuring your relationship by Instagram. Some of the happiest couples you'll ever meet don't post each other every day. And some of the most broken couples have the most beautiful pictures online. Protect your relationship from the pressure to perform. So finally, before you go, listen to this. Maybe you're listening to this while you're single. Maybe you're in love. Maybe you're married. Maybe you're fighting with someone right now. Maybe you're sitting beside someone, but emotionally, you haven't felt close to them in months. Maybe you're recovering from a relationship that broke you. Or maybe you're the person who broke somebody's heart. Wherever you are, I want you to remember this. Relationships don't usually die because of one massive mistake. Sometimes they die through thousands of tiny moments. A conversation you kept avoiding, an apology you never gave, a feeling you dismissed, a hug you withheld, a date you stopped planning, a thank you stopped saying, a I love you assumed they already knew. And slowly, two people who once felt like home start feeling like strangers. So don't wait until the relationship is dying before you start fighting for it. Talk while there is still something to say. Apologize while there is still someone willing to hear you. Change while someone still believes you can. And I'm Sine Josh. If this conversation touched something inside you, don't just listen and move on. Think about your own relationship. Ask yourself, what am I doing that could slowly destroy something I claim to love? And if there's someone you love, maybe tonight isn't the night to win an argument. Maybe it's the night to have a conversation. Maybe it's the night to say, I'm sorry, I appreciate you, I miss us. Let's fix this. Because sometimes the relationship doesn't need a new person. It needs two people who are willing to become better versions of themselves. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care of your heart. And if you love someone, don't just love them loudly. Love them intentionally. My name is Cine Josh, and I will see you next time.
Didn't see that coming, but it came just the same. Pictures and perfume.